Welcome back to Headbangers Haunt. I'm your host Ed, and I have 22 albums this week for you to check out. These are the albums that came out between March 14th and March 20th, 2026. We're going rapid fire, so no time to waste. These bands will be clustered into genres and timestamped in the description. And the weekly playlists have all the bands that I'm going to mention for you to check out. So let's get after it. First up, we have Engorgement. The UK slam veterans are at it again. 14 years since their debut, Excruciating Intestinal Lacerations. Features ex-Cranium drummer Mitch Ryder and members of Gore Sanctum. 10 well-crafted tracks of brutality. Highly recommended. This could be a brutal death metal album of the year. Diarrhectomy. I've been excited about this full length since they released 2 singles back in February 2026, with song titles like Colostomy Carnage, Extreme Wet Diarrhea After Eating a Burrito, and Explosive Diarrhea Murder Breakdown. You can't get better than that. This album was released on Sony Music. No, it wasn't. It's an independent release, and it features 2-minute songs about poop. Check it out. Next up, Visceral Explosion. This is slam from South Korea with an Indonesian label. They are on Brutal Mind out of Indonesia, which has some of the best savage slam on the planet. The snare drum on this sounds like a dodgeball straight to the face. 4 tracks, 11 minutes. Get it. Next up, we got Priapism. This is an international project. 8 tracks of brutality from current and former members of Disavowed and Internal Suffering. Yeah. You can only find it on Bandcamp. One of 3 album releases from Pathologically Explicit Records out of Spain. Great stuff. Up next, we have Spinefed. A quick 6 tracks, 13 minutes, lands on Pathologically Explicit Records also. Underground to the Bone. Find it on Bandcamp directly. I try to get as much stuff on my playlist as possible, but sometimes it's just not available on YouTube and Spotify, so please check it out on Bandcamp. Next up, Fulci. Italy's finest horror death freaks return hot on the heels of their most successful LP, Duck Face Killings, back in 2024. This 3-track EP features an instrumental intro, the featured track, and a cover of Fabio Frizzi's that's Italian, I'm not saying it, with guest vocals by Nate Garrett of Spirit Adrift. Another banger release from 20 Bucks Spin. Up next, Putred. Putred are back with their 3rd full-length. This is Suffocating Doom Death, hailing from Romania. featuring a benediction cover, Subconscious Terror, to close out. Next up we have Delirious Compulsion. This is an international brutal tech death release. Another banger on pathologically explicit records, quickly becoming my favorite label. 11 punishing tracks, including the title Oblivion Dwelling, featuring Corey Athos of Flesh Consumed. Check it out. Up next we have Nemesism. What happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. Unless it's a brutal tech death EP, in which case it ends up on this show. Following a critically praised self-titled debut. Definitely for fans of Defeated Sanity and Cryptopsy. Up next we have Abyssius. This is atmospheric technical death metal from 3 different countries, Taiwan, Norway, and the US. Vermin is their second full-length following their self-titled 2024 debut, featuring 7 great tracks, definitely one of the most interesting international projects in extreme metal right now. Up next we got Egregore. This features members of Mitochondrion and Egregore. 10 tracks, 48 minutes, mixed and mastered by Arthur Risk, the same behind Blood Incantation and Tomb Mold, and one of my favorite, The Mighty Pissgrave. This one is getting some serious buzz and definitely needs to be checked out. Up next, Gutvoid. The album is called Liminal Shrines. This is part 1 of a 2-part concept album. Part 2 coming out soon. 6 cosmic death metal tracks, 49 minutes in length, progressive death doom territory, really good stuff. Okay, we got Necrogore. So track 4 is called Forced to Eat Shit. Fantastic. And track 5 is called Leeches on My Dick. So yeah, let's get it. This is their debut full-length album, formed back in 2022. 10 tracks, 35 minutes. Got that old school Swedish death metal tone. Really good stuff from Italy. Italy never disappoints. The album art is fantastic. Up next we have a band from France. I'm going to try to say their name. I'm going to butcher it. Damnatio ad Bestias. Damnatio ad Bestias was a form of Roman capital punishment where the condemned person was killed by wild animals, usually lions or other big cats. That's fun. This is their debut full-length, even though they were formed in 2017. This is 6 tracks, old school 90s death thrash. 9 years before their first full-length, but definitely worth the wait. Up next we have Cultist with Spiritual Atrophy. It's a cool name. 9 tracks of aggressive, occult-fused death metal, featuring Vanessa Grossburnt. I hope I say that right. Man, a lot of international stuff, man. It's tough saying all these people's names and bands and stuff. She's on vocals and bass, and she kills it. Morbid Angel and Immolation vibes throughout. Up next, we have the band Tanork. This is death metal sung entirely in the Breton Celtic language. Sepultura riffs made a language fewer than 200,000 native speakers. It also includes a Sepultura cover called Slave New World. Up next, we have Diptera. So Diptera is the biological order that includes flies, mosquitoes, and gnats. A Omnivorax, the album title, means man-eater. So the name alone tells you what you need to know. Brazil always delivers. Check this one out. Up next, we have Fear the Dark. This album is called Inherited Suffering. This is their second EP release, following Everlasting Perdition. I mean, the album cover art is a devil trampling the shit out of an angel, so you know what you're getting. 4 tracks, 13 minutes, straight violence. Check them out. Up next, we have Carmion. This is their second full-length, a concept built around 9 real Italian true crime cases, not to glorify them, but to expose the psychological void that drives violence. Mixed and mastered at Audiocore Studio. This is a really cool concept. Check these guys out. They put a lot of work into this one. Bad Temper. This is their debut full-length, 8 tracks of Finnish mellow death. Formed in 2022, they have only released singles up until now. If you're a Children of Bodom fan, like myself, run, don't walk to hear this one, because these guys are fantastic and they even got some keyboards on there for you. It's beautiful. Ethereal Darkness. It's 6 tracks, 60 minutes. Mixed and mastered by the legendary Dan Swano. Or Swanya, however you want to say it. Started in 2018 as a one-man project, it is now a full 5-piece atmospheric melodic death doom band. Just a heads up, it does feature some clean vocals, so don't be surprised if you're not into that. It might not be for you, but it's all good. Next up, we have Frontside. Veteran Polish metalcore/deathcore band, active since 1993. So these guys have been around for a while, getting it done. Nemesis is their first studio album with their new vocalist, who I'm not going to try to say his name. And it's almost entirely in Polish, so just have fun with it. Go for it. Good. Okay, so thanks for checking out the video. Please go directly to Bandcamp, find every single one of these artists, and give them your money immediately. Do it. Go buy their things and get t-shirts and all the fun stuff. Also, please check out my playlists. They're here on YouTube, and I put them on Spotify too for your convenience. You know, just sometimes it's easier. A lot of people use Spotify. And I have running playlists from throughout the year, all different genres. So until next week, I'm Ed. This is Headbangers Haunt. Stay haunted.